What was this call like? This is weird.
Yeah, they sort of advertised this. We're not going to make any news. They said some interesting things. They said they'd have a diversity report out by the end of the month. Eric Holder's report on sort of their sexual harassment and cultural problems would hopefully be out by the end of April. And they made some commitments to really working on the organization. Their head of HR said they had a cult of the individual and needed to change that. So it was just sort of a
cult. Wait, the head of HR referred to her own organization as a cult.
Well, I mean, I think the idea was, we have some good values, which is like pull yourself by your own bootstraps, solve the problem, like go out there, and then that sort of becomes excessive and creates this culture where, sort of one superstar is more important than the morale of the rest of the team.
Is this just unusual for a company to do? I mean, companies have problems. Some of these problems might be extreme and also unusual. But this sort of airing of the dirty laundry and working it out publicly just doesn't seem like the Uber that we know.
I mean, I think it's a company that consumers have a very close relationship with. So I think there's a big obligation to sort of own up to your customers. It's not some B2B company, Salesforce selling to other corporates. This is, a ride that people are taking every day, and they need to explain to their riders and drivers what they're trying to do. Drivers were a big theme on the call, just saying they were going to try and improve the product to make their lives easier, improve their pay.
That's interesting. I guess when you've got a sort of assetless business, right? When you've got a business where you don't own the stuff, you're really demanding the attention of both customers and providers of the service. With competition out there, those, the old expression, your assets leave in the elevator every day.
Yeah.
These guys leave in cars every day.
Exactly. I mean, I think what people forget is that Uber wanted to start this year obsessed with brand, and that's why Jeff Jones was a marketer. They'd hired Target's chief marketing officer to be their president. It was supposed to be all about brand, and obviously it's just been destroyed the first 3 months of the year. Now, Rachel Holt, one of their top executives.
We got a quote here from the call, I guess. This is Jeff Jones, sorry, not from the call, saying the beliefs and approach to leadership that have guided my career were inconsistent with what I saw and experienced at Uber. And that seemed like that really seems like it's referring to something went down.
Yeah, it was a pretty biting comment. I mean, clearly he disagreed with Travis Kalanick, the CEO, on a lot of issues. I mean, I sourced a couple of them. So one was, how drivers were treated, this tipping issue. He supported tipping drivers. Another was just safety on the platform. He had concerns about, their leasing program encouraged less safe drivers to join Uber. So there were a number of sort of clear sort of debates within the company on which they seem to be taking different sides.
Yeah, this company is just so fascinating. I'm so glad our colleague Brad wrote the book about it.
Exactly.
I don't think there's a more interesting company in all the world of business.